A very warm welcome to everyone to the first research cafe organized by the Daedalus Trust in association with the BMF, the Brain Mind Forum. Today, our aim is to have an informal meeting, and we are grateful to all of you for coming here.
Experience chimes with Machiavelli, who says that when a leader achieves success, he takes his followers for granted.
We've got to make the Atlantic very narrow because there's a huge amount of expertise and concern on these issues on both sides of the Atlantic.
It would be the subject of a fantastic study to see how quickly we register, an experienced trader registers a change in the matrix.
An important component of those questions that we feel neuroscientists need to ask and answer is how we make decisions. As I say, it's an interaction of a person's traits, their personality, and that is a combination of their experience and their learning through experience, together with the current inputs, which is their present state.
You know, being able to be elected, is that something akin to the competitive nature of the animalistic world?
We don't have a lot of the conceptual difficulties you have in other areas like politics, because in other areas you have to define your dependent variable, and it can be very difficult defining hubris, giving it a clinical diagnosis. But the beauty about finance is that the data is so hard.
They are at the nexus of genetics, environment, individuality and sociality.
I agreed that the problem of the origin of the hubris syndrome is a complex one. It's not a simple problem with a simple answer.
It's a risky phrase, evidence informed, because it can seduce someone into simply saying it's the
We were informed, but we're ignoring.
Exactly.
How do you make sure that in putting these checks and balances in place, you don't actually take away the power to actually get anything done? Otherwise, you know, there's constant coming along and checking, am I allowed to do this, am I allowed to do that?
The insistence that the Chief Executive and the Chief Finance Officer sign off on the quarterly accounts, I think has had very considerable.
Hubristic leaders, as opposed to charismatic leaders, if you make that distinction, which I would, make sure there is no successor.
Because if we continue the path we are going at the moment, my forecast is that our Western democracy, as we know it, is not going to survive.
The more democratic we have become, we have also steadily eroded the willingness of people to take individual responsibility.
You can fire me, but you can't interfere with me. When I decide to do something, I do it.
One of the things I got out of today very particularly was the amount of work that has already been done. This is the largest growing area, and it is the area the public are the most interested in.
I'll see you again in another of such events. Thank you very much. Thank you.